Hey, Road Glad Sully here. Just on my way into the office this morning, and was just kind of thinking about pipe smoking, different tobaccos, and thought I'd kind of share with you, I guess, my, for lack of better terms, evolution of where I'm at. And to do that, I've got to go all the way back about 5 years ago, which is not when I started smoking a pipe, rather to when I started brewing beer. Actually, about 6 years ago. So about 6 years ago, I decided that I liked variants in beer. And if you know anything about beer, about 6 years ago, there was a big boom of microbreweries everywhere. And all of a sudden on the store shelves, there was just different kinds of beer, different styles of beer, etc. But even with that variety, I still wanted more variety. I wanted things that you couldn't get on the market. Like, as an example, for about 2 or 3 years, I think 3 years, every Thanksgiving, me and my brother-in-law would brew a batch of beer, but we'd brew it in preparation for the Christmas holidays, where we'd drive back to Kansas and spend time with family. And we would brew a peanut butter and jelly beer, which was kind of a Kolsch beer. We used it during the holidays. Well, I said it was kind of a Kolsch. I should clarify, it was kind of a Kolsch because I also added peanut butter and jelly. I actually put peanut butter in the beer, which that's a whole nother story. Not an easy process. So why am I telling you about beer brewing and variety? It's the same thing that's kind of got me on pipes and pipe tobacco. I started kind of dabbling in pipes with corncob pipe, aromatics, just like everybody else. And quickly realized that there was a lot of different kinds of tobacco, not just what was in my local brick and mortar, which coincidentally went out of business. It was actually a cigar shop, a place that I used to go to. So I found a couple of other places here in Austin. But what kind of drew me to pipe smoking was I've been a cigar smoker for years. And while I love cigars, I can tell kind of slight variations between cigar leaves, different types of cigars, definitely wrapper types. I've never really been able to tell all the nuances with a cigar, because if you've ever tried to retrohale, you know that retrohaling a cigar is not necessarily a pleasurable experience. I guess some people do it. I tried. It hurt. So when I realized there was a lot of variance in tobacco, in pipe tobacco specifically, I kind of went all in. So I ride a Harley. You can tell by the sticker in the back of the truck. And I ride with a bunch of guys. They call me homebrew. Because when I started riding with them, I was brewing a bunch of beer, turned part of my garage into a brewery. And now they're actually thinking about changing my name to All In, because when I pick a hobby, I tend to go all in. put up a couple of pictures up here of my tobacco hutch. I think I've said several times I've only been really smoking tobacco for maybe 4 months maybe. I've been saying 3 months, but eventually it's going to turn 4 months. So one of the things that happened in beer brewing was I got to a point where the variety was almost overload. It was too many kinds of beer, too many flavors. I had too many refrigerators. At one point, I think I had 4 refrigerators, 3 of which were dedicated to beer. So, I mean, I had a virtual liquor store in my house with beer, and I also had a side effect, which was I gained a lot of weight. Recently, I lost about 50 pounds. I did the low carb thing, but I think a lot of it too was just not drinking beer. Which is why you'll see in some of my photos, my intros, you'll see whiskey, low carb. But I finally got to a point with beer that the variety was almost overkill, and I found myself kind of settling into, the same types of beer. And I don't drink near as much beer as I used to, just because I don't have as much, and because I don't want to balloon again. But I'm kind of quickly realizing, just within a 3-month period, that it's going to get that way with tobacco, probably sooner than it did with beer. So I still like the variety, but I also am finding myself kind of quickly getting into I want to pick one tobacco that's going to be kind of my everyday pipe tobacco. Sorry, 2 hands on the wheel. And right now that's Bayou Morning, as you may have saw in one of my previous videos. But I'm kind of enjoying the variety, but I also kind of like to have that backbone of an everyday tobacco. And right now it's Virginia Creek, specifically Bayou Morning. Sorry for all the background noise. I'm on the highway, and it's actually moving in Austin, which is crazy. But I kind of like to have that backbone of this is my kind of comfort area. This is where this is the comfort tobacco that I think Stuff and Things, he calls it meat and potatoes tobacco. But I also like to have that variety. I like to experiment with different flavors, different kinds of tobacco, and I'm kind of already finding myself settling into that routine after a very short period of time. So I've seen a couple of videos, and I can't remember who, but there's been several videos of people that are kind of getting that. Actually, I think Eric, the blue collar worker, was talking about this, about there's kind of things that are influences in terms of the hobbies that you use, like aromatic smokers are kind of shunned. I don't know why. I still like aromatics. I started with aromatics. Pouch tobacco is shunned. I don't know why. You can get pretty good pouch tobacco. I've got quite a bit of Captain's Black that I smoke on occasion. I don't smoke those as often because I've kind of found flavors that I enjoy more, but I still kind of like that variety of being able to kind of dip into something different. And sometimes something different's an aromatic. One area I haven't really explored a lot is Burley's, which I got some Thanksgiving Day 2018 this year and tried that, which I think is a fairly heavy Burley blend, and it was pretty good. So I've heard several people talk about kind of settling into that routine, doing what you like. It's good that we share the different things that we do like. It's good that we share the different, the millions of different tobacco blends that are out there. But at the end of the day, life's too short to do things because other people are telling you to do them. You're really going to kind of settle into your own thing, do your own thing, and if pouch tobacco is your thing, then do it. If variety, if like me, variety is my thing, but also liking to have that kind of steady, true North Star type tobacco, then do it. So, just wanted to share that little bit of I guess, lack of wisdom, maybe wisdom, I don't know. Just wanted to share that with you, and also wanted to give a shout out to Padre Piper. I texted a little bit back and forth with him last night. I let him know that one of the reasons that I'm on this side of the camera right now is because he kind of inspired me. He made it look so easy. He was just having a conversation, and it's a casual conversation. Whatever pops into your mind, you say it, and he makes it look easy. He makes it look fun, but it also he makes it look like it's kind of easy and nice and fun to get into the community and meet new people, make new friends. I've always said you can never have too many friends. So shout out to Padre Piper. Just want to say thank you for being one of the inspirations for me being on this side of the camera. There are several others, and I'll continue to talk about those as well. I've talked about Law and Smoke several times. I like videos like Stuff and Things, but I also like the genuine, hey, just kind of tell you where you're at, what you're doing type videos. I feel like that kind of lets you get to know the presenter a little bit better, and it's almost like you have virtual friends across the country who you've never met. So I think that's kind of cool. As a Harley rider, you meet a lot of people on the road, some that you'll never actually meet again, but when you're on a bike and they're on a bike, it's like instant brotherhood, instant camaraderie, and I'm finding kind of the same thing to be true with pipes. So again, thanks to everyone who's on this side of the camera. Thanks to everyone who's consuming these kind of crazy rants that people do. And finally, I'm about to the office. I'm Road Glide Sully. Catch you next time.